start.
Oh!
Come on. Come on. Oh. I thought he was going to quit him, Gary. Yes, ride him. Give him 55 a lesson. Come on, do it again. No. He gets fucked up. Don't Marty Standard.
Oh, that ball is tough.
Look at. Sticking on him left foot. Hang on, Francis. Is it going to work? He's there. He's going to make it. It's going to work. Terry Dodd is a rookie. Unbelievable.
Hi, sports fans. If you're just joining us, you know that this is the place for Bulls, which makes me Boyd Paul Hamus.
And if we're speaking of Bulls, that makes me Bob Dolman. Welcome back to BULLMANIA Classics, Volume 4. You know, Boyd and I were discussing how without really great bulls, bull riders would just be cowboys doing a job.
That's right.
And since a rider score is based 50% on the bull, even the greatest athlete can lose money if his bull doesn't perform. So we decided to look at some bulls who reached for the sky and gave their rider some really high points. Let's watch.
Chicago and ready to do with Mikey Erickson, Little Lightning at 22 years old from Choctaw, Oklahoma. This is B4 Bailey's Bad Cat. This is David Bailey's Bojangles. Of course, we talk about Bailey and the Bailey Hat Company with the Bailey Hat Cam, but Bailey could buck him off. I don't want to see that happen. Gary LeFew, you're the guru. We've lied about him before. Let's not lie today.
Oh, my goodness. He's got one started right here. This bull is a bucking bull, and Mike, you notice him standing up on them legs when he left the chute there. That was to get up in that post position even before that bull left the chute.
Now, exactly what he needed to do and what he did in the first jump is so important to have the accuracy, not just the first jump, but if you aren't tapped to the first one, you are in the jungle. 83 points to set him up to go with. How do we come up with that? With a 1 to 25 for the man from 2 judges, 1 to 25 on how the bull's going to buck from 2 judges. You met him a moment ago, and 83's the way we started.
Bojangles. This bull's been around a while. They've won a lot of money, and he's kind of a senior citizen.
Absolutely. He's a little bit older than a lot of these bulls out here. He gets ridden most of the time that he's out, so maybe Irvin can get him a good shot here. Irvin, once again, seems like he's got a pretty good lock on him.
I'll tell you, it's so interesting to watch these bulls. And I couldn't agree with you more, Shaw. It was supposed to be automatic. A man with his talents, and Bojangles was slowed a little, but old Jangles did everything he could to throw him off, but he just didn't get it done. Well, Bojangles doesn't have to leave with his head down because he and Williams are out in front with an 87 score.
You made a good point, Hadley. This bull has absolutely got a little bit of experience on him. You can tell when he comes out there because he's getting with it to the right. He says to himself, Irvin's got a lock. Let's go back to the left. No, let's don't do that. Let's go straight. Now let's go back to the left and see if we can't get him rocked into his hand. Irvin ain't no spring chick either. He's been around a little bit.
Well, Aaron Seamus is the man we're looking at here. He's a veteran. The kid that hung up a moment ago, Kelly Armstrong, walked out under his own power. I wonder, Gary, does that play head games with you when that happens right ahead of your ride?
Well, yeah, it always does. That's why you got to kind of get back in yourself and stay focused, you know. But every good pro, you take Aaron Seamus, he doesn't even think about that. He's going to think about riding. Oh, man, what a move he made there. This Aaron, he's sticky. He will hang in there and get the whistle no matter what it takes.
You know, that is the difference. That's the difference between a guy becoming a pro and already got there, so to speak. I'll tell you, that bull done everything to pull a knife on him. And look at him lay that horn right on. Look at him throw his head. That has to be a little deceiving.
Oh, you bet. It makes you want to stay back instead of move over that front end. He did get him a little back here, but he just hung in there, moved forward, and then picked that rhythm back up. Got a little bit of storm at the blast and just kept a whipping, you know.
Look at that score, Gary, 84. And he goes to the top of the board. I would say that Seamus is safe.
Marty Standard from Sanger, California is next to go, and if you cut this guy off at the belt buckle, he'd have his equal amount of weight above the belt as he does below. At 33 years old, he's got about 13 years of veteranship ability behind him, and he has rode every kind of bull there is to ride. When you think about what the bottom half of the body has to do and the top half has to do, whether you're swinging a baseball bat, kicking a football, dribbling a basketball, or driving a race car, the body balance in your English makes a difference. This guy's got it.
You
Watch
bet.
it. Watch it.
Look at
right
him.
Foot, stay.
Look
left foot,
at
come on,
here.
left
Go
foot, come
on. Go on, Marty.
Right him
What
over,
a
Marty
ride.
Standard. Hot diggity.
Oh, my.
This is the way it is. The 88 overtime lead of Greg Schlossers from Canada right now. 78 from Mark Kane. Anywhere in there is going to get him a shot at this
We
third
got to be a
round.
90. We got to be a 90 there.
He needs to be in. He needs to be in. Now he's thinking about it as we get to take a chance and look at this slow-mo. They're looking at 86 points. The crowd's coming alive. But now how did he do it?
Watch here. Watch as he comes up. This is the perfect post. Let's stop him as he comes up here. Look at how he's up on them legs. That is posting position right there, Bob.
He hustled. He hustled. He put 110% into this bull, and that's exactly what we needed to see happen. 86 points is what we're looking at in the second round. So we threw off a whole lot of good champion cowboys. There's a mighty happy camper.
What do you call it?
All right, as we talk about who's who in the world of rodeo, now, Bull Riders Only is a total separate situation. And what Mark Kane would like to do is be a separate winner tonight. He is the 1991 Bull Riders Only Champion of the Year. Tumbleweed this time is the bull. Here's another Chevy Trucks All-Star Bull. You can get a load of tumbleweeds, I guarantee you, no Chevy Trucks. I love those commercials, Gary, that they're making now. They got the old ones, the new ones, the resellers and all that. Just makes you want to go buy one, feel good with one. Here it is, Mark Kane, Atoka, Oklahoma.
Both ways.
And
That's more points for Mark.
He's got him right where he wants him. For a man that left the second round with a bad knee and he's trying to get to the fence again. When Sean Sullivan, the CEO of this operation, drawed that bull for him out of the bucket, he says, well, does it hurt? He says, of course it hurts. But I got one more in you for the night. We're going to come back with a score from Mark Kane and Old Tumbleweed in just a moment. Well, I've got an Eastern Wyoming college cowboy from Torrington, Wyoming, an ag business major, Tony Stoddard. But let's take a look at the All-Star Bull Tumbleweed. Now, this bull has the moves. This is a week ago, and what can he do? Anything he wants to. The bull has got all of the perfect, up the perfect, down and around. Now let's see what Tony can do on him in Denver tonight. Stay a little longer. Come on, kid.
He got a handful, didn't he?
Jerked his rope loose.
Looked like that hand come out. He's a little out of position, but still shouldn't have, must not have got enough rosin on there. You got to put a lot of sticky rosin on there when you got a stout bull like that.
I don't know if a little West Texas cowboy can melt the ice or not. If it's just an ice cube, he'll make it happen. If it's a frozen lake, we're in trouble. Adam Carrillo could be the first out of 8 to ride one. Here it is. Tumbleweed, stick a little bit. We'll give you $10,000.
Adam. Oh, he rode that bull at Casper. It was 85, but that was Casper.
Now listen, that's not the story right here. We are now 8 and zip on the Roper scoreboard. We are ripping the pants off of them here today. If you can read lips, you'll understand that he's talking about this bull's mother right now. However, listen to this. A year ago at Denver, we bucked them all off in the final round and had to go for a 5th round. It could happen in Chicago today. Still 2 to go. Terry Don West, the all-time great newcomer from Henrietta, Oklahoma, and yet with Irvin Williams of Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, Jethro, I think Sean Sullivan had it figured. If we draw you the right bull, we're going to let you win the money. Chevrolet is going to give you a little extra check on top of it for the All-Star Bull. This is Tumbleweed, number 129 from Sammy Andrews.
Well, Jerome Davis has got a bull that's got better every time he's bucked out. He's got in this rank pin, and he has got a handful tonight, but Jerome is a consummate rank bull rider.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Look at, you see that outside foot come out of there?
Oh, ripped his hand right out of the rope.
He was right in the middle of him when he come out of there.
I don't believe that happened. As big and strong as this kid is, just to let that happen, and that bull just threw his upper body back and ripped his hand out of the rope. That hurts your body, but it hurts your feelings, and your banker won't be too satisfied. Let's go to lightning. It is time to strike again. Can it strike twice in the same night? You bet it can. Oklahoma, are you ready? Mike Erickson, 129 from Sammy Andrews, and maybe another bull that's underrated. Watch this one. They call Tumbleweed. On his day, he could be as rank as
Well, any bull that we've seen buck so far, any bull that could be the world champion bull, but we never talk a lot about this bull.
Tumbleweed. Let's see what we can do with him.
Mike Erickson owns this ring. He was last year's champion here. He's on a hot streak. He's riding good again. Oh, did you see that move around the corner?
Yes. Beautiful. Come on, Molly.
Mikey is not wanting to get off.
Try. You talk about hang on. 8 seconds is a lifetime when you're in trouble at the last like that, and he never weakened one time. Absolutely phenomenal. The newlywed from Oklahoma does it the way it's supposed to be, and an 82 score, second to qualify for Erickson. 82 score, he's
Look
in
at him
there.
get out of shape and jump back in the middle of that bull coming around that corner. That is second effort. Maybe it's that getting married that put that try in him. Boy, he wasn't going to get bucked off.
No, I'm going to disagree with you. This boy had that try long before he met that girl, let alone saying I do means he's feeding too. He is trying. How wonderful to see it come like this. Finally, we've got him in position to make it work.
When you think of Henrietta, Oklahoma, you think of 16-time world champion Jim Shoulders. But you also think of this guy, Terry Don West. The guy's won everything. Is Poison Ivy going to be poison for him?
This should be a great match. Bucked off Josh O'Byrne at Salt Lake. Terry Don's got him handled. Looks like it'll ride him all day long.
This is going to be some points. This is a good bull ride. Oh, that Terry Don. There must be something in the water over there in Henrietta, because they done turned out two of the great ones.
That must be, and with the great fans at Anaheim tonight are bringing out the best in all these bull riders too. They really come to ride in this round.
Watch this crowd get excited about Terry Don West and 84 points.
Man, look at him stand up on them legs. Talk about nobody gets the front end better than Terry Don. And then once this bull starts spinning, if he gets on his pockets, he's still got the ability to keep that shoulder in front, move back over his legs right there, and then come pumping back over that top. You got to keep that shoulder out there. It keeps weight on your inside leg. Keeps that, looks like Donnie Gay, doesn't it? Just gets back there and just keeps it driving.
As they making adjustments, they marked him 83 points. We had to re-add it, but we got 83 points for Terry Don West. Now put him second in this round. Boy, he did look like he handled him easy, didn't he?
Oh, and I mean, that bull wasn't that easy to ride. That bull really had a lot of momentum that outside.
Let's talk about Jimmy Young of Blackfoot, Idaho. Here's a former $10,000 winner at the Wrangler Bull Riders Only Tour. Now, we're talking about Dan Russell, and Dan Russell does some great things. Not always, when they say Dan Russell, everybody wants to say 19. You know, that's the only bull they think about. They forget about Pacific Bell. Dan Russell now, Dan Russell Jr. We're going on in 3 generations of the Russell Rodeo Company.
Absolutely, in 3 generations where they've had some great animals.
Oh,
I'm sure they're going to have a bunch more in the future.
Oh, Maggie.
I hope it wasn't anything I said. Hot or cold, there's a pair of these boys that ride real good. Brothers, but Jimmy Young's not going to make it tonight. Dustin's not here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a 75 and a 73. 3 on the ground. We're planting the roses early in January in Phoenix. We're going to be back to see if we can get the tulips to grow a little better between now and the next break. Hang on. Don't anybody go anywhere. We're going to ride some 80s, I promise. Kenny Wolf, now Wharton, Texas.
Well, you know, they've already bucked 7 guys off. All he's got to do is make the whistle. He's going to do another one, and you ain't going to buck this boy off.
Come on, Pop. And he's doing it in a pair of horseshoes. He's riding with tennis shoes. The kid is crazy. He's a bullfighter, a bull rider from Pendleton, Oregon. He lived in Wyoming, now lives in Wharton, Texas, and I'm proud to say he's my friend. What a child, what a child. 86 big one, Shaw.
That makes the 9th bull in a row that Dan Wolf has ridden. I'm telling you, he don't get bucked off anymore.
This kid is talented. I don't care whether he's riding in tennis shoes or what he's riding. This kid can ride bulls, and I don't know why he ever quit for. If I'd have rode like that, I'd be picking up big checks every week.
I'll tell you why he quit. He got burned out on the road. He found him a pretty lady that said, I love you, and I do. They got it together, took 18 months off. He'll qualify her, she qualifies him, and the rest sometimes will do you good.
But I'll tell you, it wasn't just that. It was that and a badly broken arm that he suffered at a PRCA rodeo caused him to lay off.
Oh, man. Well, everything's starting to get better. It's coming up roses. I don't suggest getting off a bull that's nearly stopped.
Here's our next matchup, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to Chris Littlejohn. Next cowboy to go on the bull called Poison Ivy. Now, a good bull, Poison Ivy, 2 out of 5 qualified rides this year for Western Rodeos, and Chris Littlejohn has ridden 6 of the 10 if he's tried, and 63% accuracy over his career in the BRO. Come on, Littlejohn. And the kid has got one. Oh, I don't know. He may have gone to his hand a little too soon.
Well, I'll tell you what, that whistle was quite a bit beyond 8 seconds. He's probably reached down too soon. I guess he did reach down too soon anyways, but that's a rookie mistake that you wouldn't expect Chris Littlejohn to make.
You know, when I first started riding bulls, the first time I went to Houston, Texas, I seen someone tap just like Chris here, right at 7.5 seconds. He reached down and grabbed his wrap, the whistle blowed, cost him the bull riding. And from that time on, for the next 20 years of riding this, I never reached down and grabbed my wrap because I didn't want it to cost myself a bull ride. And I figured if I could make 8 seconds, I could ride him a couple seconds longer and then jump off without grabbing that wrap. And he's got this bull handled. He's spurring him, having no problem at all. It's just he thought he heard a whistle or thought it was time for a whistle to blow. And that is, like Shaw said, a rookie mistake.
Justin Andrade has been a world champion of bull riders only, Livermore, California. A Fred Cordell raised bull this time for Dan Russell. They call him Poison Ivy.
You know, he come to me last year when he was having problems with his wrist, and he said, what do you think I ought to do? I said, the best thing you can do is lay off that thing, give it some time. So he rode broncs all winter, let that thing heal up. I said, you got $1 million to shoot at Las Vegas. Get that thing sound and get you a big check over there, because that's where it's really worth going for. So he's got it healed up. He's feeling good. That first bull tested it, so we'll really see here what he can do. But I'm looking for him to jump over and get some money tonight and probably get some big money at Las Vegas.
He's won $40,000. He's in the number 2 spot behind TDW. But now, look at here, look at here, look at the upper body. Look at him try. Look at this.
Oh, man, he's got some moves, doesn't he?
Beautiful free arm. He was throwing it over the top, rolling his shoulder into his hand.
That is the bull riding right there.
There it is. Now perfectly square. His shoulder and the bull shoulder. Justin, you have done it all. 90 points, Gary. 90 points.
Oh, you can see why he's wearing that gold buckle. This guy can ride bulls, and he can ride ranked bulls. But when he had that injury, he could not ride with that injury. You got to go home. These young riders got to go home, heal them injuries. He come back healed, and you see what this cowboy's made of.
They're giving him a standing ovation in Long Beach at the arena. 90 points with an 86 and an 84 behind him. We'll be back in a moment. Don't anybody move. As we welcome you back to Wichita in the Kansas Coliseum, Gary LeFew and I, during the break, were talking about Marty Standard, the man you're watching. And a couple of years ago, the great Wilbur Blogger and the California Cowboys gave this man a real cowboy award, an everyday buckaroo, a rancher and a horseman. And we think that probably because he's such a good horseman in the brush and a cowboy with cattle in the mountains, this man's ability to ride bulls has a lot to do with that.
You bet it does. At the school the other day, we had 38 guys in my bull riding school. We brought 5 horses down, put all the students on. 36 out of the 38 guys fell off. And that just goes to show that being able to ride a horse and ride a bull is both real important.
Well, this is Red Heat of Sammy Andrews, little number 117, and Marty Standard is going on for the $10,000. The worst he can win is third right here.
Oh, he is riding good.
Yes, look at the aggressiveness in his face. He gets off and does that always. Then he'll put the smile on. Wouldn't it be wonderful to see him win the $10,000? I'd like to see them all do it. Ryan Byrne with a hand right there for congratulations. Listen to this. We're coming back with 9-0. 90 points for Marty Standard.
Well, he was 87 on him here last year. They come back in 90 on him. Him and that bull just fit. But there again, watch when that front end comes up. He gets up there and can get on that front end as good as anybody. No getting back in that danger zone with Marty Standard. And that comes from cowboy. And he told me that riding the back country, jumping over gullies, you know, you got to stay forward on a horse just like you do anything else. And his cowboying ability has come over to his bull run.
I guarantee you what, here he is. Sharpen up your riding boots tonight, Jimmy. Here's the world champion twice. Originally a Kermit, Texas, now from Stephenville. Red Heat. Red Heat, I think we know this bull.
Oh, do we? He has got a handful here, but if anybody's going to handle Red Heat, Jim Sharp is having another one of those type of years. He has made one of the greater bull rides I've seen in a while last year at Long Beach, or last week at Long Beach. And this bull is going to test him, no doubt about it. A lot of rare, a lot of drops.
Give it to him, Jimmy, give it to him. Come back, bull. Now, there's your spot, and take your shot.
Oh, he's made a mistake when he come into Jim Sharp saying, yes, he buck him off maybe 3% of the time when they come that direction.
All right, we're going to talk more about Jim Sharp and the great bull riders, the Acme Bull Riders Only Series in Tampa, Florida. We're going to be back to do it again. Jethro, Jethro, that's what we'll holler for. In the background stands Charlie Sampson. In the foreground, Jerome Davis. Archdale, North Carolina, the college champion bull rider. But this is 117 from Sammy Andrews, Red Heat. This big bull has got some moves that I don't think he shares with everybody. This long-legged college kid is going to test his air. But I'm going to have, if I had to give odds right here, I'd give 3 to 1 on one side, 5 to 1 with the bull. But I'm going to go 3 to 1 that he's going to ride.
I'm with you. I think I'm going to pick the rider because he's riding 77% of the bulls he gets on. This is a ranked bull, and he is a ranked bull rider.
Look at there. He's got him rode easy. Stay up on your road. Look out, look out.
Stay out of that. Wow. Oh, man, did he make a good move to get out of that hole.
An outside foot. He said, I'm going back to Arkansas and I need to be up in Arizona. And he did make the move. Oh, Jethro. Nice ride, partner.
Boy, this guy is he's going to make a mark in rodeo before he leaves.
Well,
he gets around this corner great. He's rolling that shoulder, moving out on that front end. Right here, he drives in there a little too far, cuts the corner a little too much. Then he has to make a big move out. The bull almost wells him out of there. But right here, watch him move over that front end spur and then look out over that outside.
All right, it's the extra recovery moves of Jerome Davis and a pair of 888. Put him at the top of the pack. It's time to get hot with Red Heat, number 117 of Sammy Andrews, and 2-time the world champion bull rider from Stephenville, Texas, Jim Sharp.
And not only that, 3 times the world champion, and not the world champion, but the national finals champion. And some people think that is even tougher to win than a world champion.
Well, we need to melt some ice here tonight, and on the original tour scoreboard, there's only one way to look at it. 0-0-0. We haven't rode a bull yet in the short round. Jimmy Sharp can be the man to do it.
Jimmy Sharp will get the whistle if anybody can.
Yes, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, the kid from Kermit, now from Stephenville, has done it. Arizona comes alive with 15,000, and as we've talked about tonight, it is a sellout. There is not a seat left in the house to watch him the first of 4 to qualify. 86 points. Hadley Barrett brings them to their feet with Jim Sharp in par excellence as athletics.
Well,
look at here.
Jim Sharp is he is the consummate bull rider. When he moves up, look at he's got one of the biggest riding arms of any bull rider going. He's got the strength, he's got the style, he can move out over that front end, whip over the top. This is a great bull ride.
Total control is the name of the game, and when you get to the short round, this could be worth $10,000 and 86 points. He is the first to qualify out of 4.
Has got a bull that is one of our Chevy Truck All-Star bulls, Tyrell of the Flying 5 Rodeo Company.
Yeah, see, Chris wants to make sure everything's right. Tyrell's laying on a little bit, and they're leaning a little bit. All right, there's a nod.
Bear down, cowboy. Be a Tulsa Twister. Come on, Little John. Go, buddy, go, buddy, go.
Got him rode, got him rode.
Yeah.
There's the money right there.
That's the money.
All right, the crowd has got to love this. They're all on their feet now. They're loving this. Great bull ride, Chris. Great effort.
Yeah, that's what they came to see. The hats are in the air. The marking is something we wanted to see as well. This pro rookie tunes in with an 87-point ride. And how do you fault him? Dennis, I don't think you can. This is a perfect ride.
Couldn't have rode this bull any better there. You see this bull like he does kind of back up there. Chris keeps shuffling his feet, really moving, kind of spurring at him, moving, arching his back, poking his chest out there, kind of took the fight right to him. I'd say that really puts him in the driver's seat with Terry Don West, the only one left on Bear Swawilla. Then he's going to be in the driver's seat for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, with Terry Don West one right away, we watch Chris Littlejohn again, and this could mean all the money. All the money. This is a beautiful ride, and Chris Littlejohn could finally be making up for those couple of seconds he was away from winning all the cash at some of our previous events. Chris Littlejohn tips his hat to the crowd, and Casper, they're loving it.
Tyrell, we've told every story in the world about number 171 of the Flying Five. Mike Corey at the controls tonight. Terry Don West hoping for the best. Shaw, your prediction.
He's been on the bull before. He's been 90 points on the bull before. If he has a good day, Terry Don's going to swallow him up.
TDW back to the right. Stick it on him. Look at here. He owns him. With an 87 to the lead, 85, 84, and an 83. This is too easy. Bull did not like that. Uh-oh, I don't like this. Ronnie Sparks is right there. That groin could be in trouble if we got a leg injury. Now, Dr. Skip Ross, our trauma surgeon from Cheyenne, and the Smart Institute right there to get him up and out of here.
Looks like he's favoring a little more his ankle than maybe his groin.
He might have got stepped on when he got off there. But Terry Don was flawless in his performance. I don't know whether he's going to be enough to catch Chris Lethbridge, though.
Notice how he did that little, I call that the Shaw Sullivan gouge there, because I told him, you know, one of these days he's going to have to actually stick a spur on one.
Yeah. Lee Green is here, and he came all the way from Marston, Idaho to have a shot at the $250,000. What he needs to look at is Tyrell, number 171 of the Flying Five Rodeo Company. This is a bull out of Washington, a cowboy out of Idaho, a terrible Tyrell. And Albert is giving it to him, and Lee Green's giving it back. Here is an everyday construction worker. A heavy equipment operator is taking a run at $250,000 in Vegas. What about this, LeFew? He'd give his job up after that.
Well, that is what you call second effort right there. That bull had him in big-time trouble a couple of times, had him strung out a little bit. But with that much money on the line, the chance of shooting at that $250,000, Lee Green was not turning loose. This is the bull Donnell Tipton won $50,000 on last night. And he's got a little bit of a backup. He wants to pull you down, but Lee Green was not turning loose tonight. He wants to be in there for the payoff.
AD will put him in there, Jeff Cathcart. They call him Butch. He comes from Wyoming. Tyrell. The terrible Tyrell. Oh. Now here's a lot of juice for you right here, LeFew.
I think this is going to be a good bull for Jeff. He goes away from his hand. That's his weak direction. But this bull does not get up a lot in the front end. And most guys fit this bull.
Well, this bull had to call him Fat Albert. And I'm going to say Donnie Hutzel, Sonny Riley, Mike Corey, all of you up there. You better take the grain bucket away from him. He's going to have a heart attack. Old Fat Albert's too fat to buck.
Wow. Good thing I paid attention in math class.
Yeah, with these kind of scores, judges should be carrying calculators. That's all for now. Boyd and I've got some more work to do in the bull riding archive so we can bring you more great Bullmania classics. Until next time, remember, the only good bull is a ranked bull.
TDW back to the right, stick it on him, look at here. He owns him.